Hello, everyone. Did you miss me? Welcome to a different video. It's yeah, yeah. I didn't script out an intro. So, uh, hey everyone, it's TigerShark. Welcome back to the show. In today's video, we're doing something different. This is not really theorizing. Um, because it's more so going off of things we know. It's really a recap of things than a theory about looking ahead. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be the first time on this channel I've talked about the MCU. And it's Young Avengers. That's it's a lot of fun, isn't it? Okay, so the MCU over the past, entire multiverse saga has been on a bit of a youth movement. They've been introducing younger characters, legacy characters, replacement characters. Not necessarily that they're replacing characters, but you know what I'm getting at, right? So I think it's probably a good time to talk about them before we get the next one introduced, because I keep learning new things about this and having to rewrite the script. And I'm not even going off the script, so you know that this is one of my videos. Okay, there's a few steps to this. Who do we have? Who's already been mentioned, alluded to? No, wait, hold on. No, because illusion is like it is about something that already happened. Um, who's been foreshadowed? Who's already active? And who is, you know, nowhere to be seen? That's your stuff. Like, who do we not have? Who have we not even had mentioned? Who are we probably never gonna have mentioned, or probably not for a very long time at least? So the first appearance of Young Avengers kicked off the multiverse saga with WandaVision, where we got the twins Billy and Tommy Maximoff. And they had that like epic scene. I watched it like a couple months ago now. I haven't rewatched this scene, but it's like they had to like fight a tank or something. It was like weird. It was like when all the FBI and whoever, Saber, whoever, like went into the hex and then like started destroying things. And then like Billy, Tommy, and Monica Rambeau fought back. Pretty cool scene. Of course, Wanda and Vision were there, but Wanda was too busy fighting Agatha, and Vision was too busy having the ship of Theseus scene. That'll pick up on a Vision Quest coming at some point. Probably between Brand New Day and Doomsday. Like, I feel like it should go in between those two, just so we have something for that half year, for those couple months, right? Sorry, I'm really not going off of the script at all. I might not even cut this video, which is gonna tank viewership and everything. But this is already a video on a topic I've never made a video about. So viewership and retention and that stuff is already going to be way down, and it's been 2 months. Yeah, it's been 2 months since I last uploaded a long form video, so like it's already gonna be down probably because of that. And then it's gonna be about something that I haven't talked about on this channel yet, but something I love learning about, researching, looking into, um, and something I'll continue making videos about. Is I want to just talk about Spider-Man next week. We can talk about Brand New Day and what's going on there. But yeah. So of course, the end of WandaVision, the Hex gets destroyed. Tommy and Billy, they're dead, right? Um, what's gonna happen to them? They're gone. Like it would be pretty hard for them to come back. Possession, chaos magic possession. Billy Maximoff made his long-awaited return in 2024's Agatha All Along, where he showcased his Wiccan powers on full display. I think it's pronounced Wiccan. I haven't looked into it. I should probably know how to pronounce, like, one of my new favorite characters' names. And he was already one of my favorite characters, but then when he got added to the MCU, I was like, oh my god, because somehow I didn't realize in WandaVision that was Wiccan. Didn't realize. Okay. So, yeah, Wiccan, played by Joe Locke in Agatha All Along, is back. He fought death, cool stuff. But his brother is not returned yet, although he is now confirmed to be in Vision Quest, portrayed by, I might botch his name, Reed Malika. And Joe Locke and Reed Malika already star in something where they're having a romantic relationship, and now they get to be twin brothers. Yay. Okay, hopefully we'll see Tommy reach top speed in time for Doomsday and Secret Wars. He seems more of a Secret Wars character, honestly. Maximoff's out the way. Who's next? Kate Bishop, introduced in Hawkeye. Throughout the show, Kate Bishop showcased archery skills topped by none other than Phase 1's own Clint Barton. And Kate is ready for bigger things. Actually, I don't think she's ready for bigger things, but she wants bigger things, and she's going to get bigger things. Because she was recruited by Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, who was introduced in the self-titled show. A mutant whose hard light powers were awakened by a magic bangle. I'm gonna read the script word for word here, okay? Kamala Khan, introduced in Miss Marvel, is a mutant whose hard light powers were awakened by a magic bangle passed down to her by her great-grandmother. That was later revealed to be a quantum band. Like this intergalactic, older than the universe item, which just gets, like, passed down to her by her, like, great-grandmother. And yeah, there's two of them, and by the end of the Marvels, she has both. Ms. Marvel, not the only Young Avenger to get powers passed down from her family. Enter Cassie Lang, Stature, the little kid in Ant-Man who had grown up on her own with her entire family, either blipped or trapped in the quantum realm. She'd end up with her own suit when it came on to facing Kang the Conqueror and Quantumania. Believe Cassie Lang, played by Catherine Newton, I think. Too many actors, because there's the obviously the kid from the Infinity Saga Ant-Man films, and then there was a different actress for for Endgame. And I'm pretty sure it's Catherine Newton for Quantumania and Hopefully Forward, because I think she did a great job with the character. But a lot of people didn't like that movie. And Evangeline Lilly and Michael Douglas both retired, which makes Ant Fam stuff pretty hard, but not impossible, with Scott Lang being seemingly a key player in Doomsday. Okay, right. Talking about too many things. This is why you stick to the script. Stick to the script, pal. This is why you stick to the script. Next up are the trace appearances of Elijah Bradley, who would be the second coming of Patriot in the comics, but I think he's going to be the only one in the MCU, at least for a while. Elijah, the grandson of super soldier Isaiah Bradley, seen in both Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as well as Captain America Brave New World. It's not confirmed whether or not the super soldier gene passed down to Elijah in the movies, because I believe in the comics he lied about it. Like he said it did, but it didn't, and then he ended up getting powers anyway. It's really confusing. Young Avengers storylines, they make no sense, man. See some more Wild Ones later, at least the ones I've seen. I don't know everything about them. Okay, someone who definitely has powers. America Chavez, the multiversal traveler introduced in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, is likely to have a big role in Doomsday and Secret Wars. I'd hope. She can travel the multiverse. Like, I'm pretty sure the way that the Fantastic Four get to 616 is gonna be Reed's device stuff. Unless they come through an incursion caused by possibly Galactus having been teleported multiversally into 616, and that could cause the incursion, because otherwise there'd be no other way for an incursion to that universe. Just saying, there literally wouldn't be one unless, like, Doom, because he was there, takes Franklin to 616. That could explain it, but, like, that would be a cheap explanation. Like, come on, guys. Like, make Galactus the reason of the thing, and then we can get, future stuff where, like, we'll have to get, like, a proper, like, Galactus worthy event where, like, well, no, that wouldn't really matter, because Franklin could probably just, like, poke him with his pinky finger and he'd, like, disappear. Okay. Sorry. America Chavez, right. We last saw her practicing normal magic and Kamartage. So, young Loki, another Young Avenger that has appeared as the young variant of Loki in the first season, which he did survive. I don't think he was in season 2. So he'll probably show up in Secret Wars, whether it be that the Void is the life capsule. What's it called? Lifeboat? Life raft? I have no clue what it's called. Whether the Void ends up being that, or the Void ends up being what Doom uses to make Battleworld. We'll probably see young Loki, and probably a lot of Loki variants, because everyone loves Loki. So another setup, like a really, like, Elijah Bradley level setup, was in Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, where we had a young, I think the character's name is Angela Del Toro, who could take on the mantle of White Tiger after the death of her uncle, Hector Ayala. In the comics, Ava Ayala also becomes White Tiger. I need to rewatch Born Again Season 1 once I finish the original Defenders stuff. I'm currently on Luke Cage Season 2. feel like I'm making good progress, except it kind of just tells you how little of a life I have. I did go to homecoming. That was yesterday. Uh, I'm putting this video on TigerShark Talks. I can't put this on the main channel. I can't. I'm not editing this. So I'm just gonna put it straight to TST. It'll be fine. The last argument that we've got, technically, yeah, the last argument. But there's another mention that I'll say later. The last argument could be made for Riri Williams Ironheart, not a Young Avenger in the comics, but neither was Kamala Khan. And there's also arguments for Echo to potentially be a Young Avenger, but Echo's show was listed on the Defenders tab in Disney Plus, which is maybe because of Wilson Fisk's involvement in the show being one of the main characters. But I would argue that like Echo could go either way, whether it be a Defender or Young Avenger. Probably a Defender. That just Echo seems like that person that wouldn't work as a team, like wouldn't work with teammates. And then they just get shoved into a situation that happened in the Defenders crossover. That's what I can expect. Yeah, Echo isn't even in my script. That's how far off we are. Okay, Riri first appeared in Black Panther Wakanda Forever when Shuri and Okoye broke into her dorm. I wrote house in the script, but no, it's not a house. It was her dorm at MIT, I believe. I do not think she was at her house in Chicago for that. So after helping defend Wakanda from Namor, she blew some stuff up and got kicked out of MIT. So she flew back to Chicago with her suit that she technically stole. So she built it as school property. So then she like lost control of the suit mid-flight, crash landed in the middle of the street in Chicago, and then like rebuilt it over like. That show was weird. Ironheart was a weird show. It made a lot of people happy. We'll get to that in a second. Actually, right now, she ended up dealing with the devil, Mephisto. I'm sure that made a lot of people happy because apparently people were theorizing Mephisto being in WandaVision. I guess it would have made sense, but that seemed more like directly Scarlet Witch stuff and not devil stuff. So yeah, I've got no clue what's happening with Riri because she's making deals with the devil. She literally got her sister back to life. Sister, best friend, bit of both. I don't really know exactly. But okay, there's one more honorable mention. Amadeus Cho, who was rumored to be the guy that examines the pills in Brave New World. But I don't really know if this is true. I don't recall Helen Cho looking pregnant in Age of Ultron. Especially considering that she seemed way too into Thor. To like already be pregnant with a child. But so Helen Cho got sceptered, got mind stoned. So that could affect Amadeus's fetal growth. That sounds so weird, but like that's probably why Amadeus is a mega nerd in the MCU when he appears, which I'm sure he will, because he was rumored to be the guy in examining the pills, and there was also like a rumored casting for him, and that Brave New World ended up being like the third version of the movie we were supposed to get. It's kind of it's one of those films where it's like, yeah, it's important, I guess. I mean, it brought back a lot of old characters. It informed Sam Wilson that multiversal problems would be happening, except everyone should really know that after No Way Home. But because everyone forgot Peter Parker, but they didn't forget Spider Man. It's so confusing. We're not talking about Spider Man until next time, okay? um, but yeah, Amadeus Cho, I can't wait for him. He is in the animated Friendly Neighborhood Spider Man, although I don't know if he'll become a Hulk in that show or not. And I feel like if Amadeus becomes a Hulk, would he like always be Smart Hulk? Like, is that how it works? Because I haven't looked into him being a Hulk in the comics. I just know that he is one or becomes one, and I don't know if that means if Banner's still a Hulk or if they're both Hulks. Um, that's the same thing. But if like the Gamma gets like transferred to Amadeus, so like Banner no longer as Hulk and Amadeus as Hulk, like it's a little confusing. I also hope we get a Rick Jones A-bomb someday, who's definitely not a Young Avenger and really did not need to be mentioned in this video, but I just felt like saying his name. So that was a good lot of people, but there are some missing. So let's start with Billy's best friend, Teddy, also known as Hulkling, who in the comics is a Kree-Skrull hybrid born to Mar-Vell and Daniil. Problem with that, Mar-Vell is dead in 616. In the MCU, Mar-Vell is dead and was a woman. In the comics, Mar-Vell was a dude. So, there's that for you. I don't think it's completely impossible to get Teddy. I'm sure we will get Teddy because, like, I think we're gonna have quality Billy Tommy time before Teddy enters the mix. I think that's something I'd like to see, but I'm sure we'll get Teddy as part of the that cosmic side to the mutant saga. Positive. We have to get Hulkling. We have to get Hulkling. We have to. He's a fun character, Kree-Skrull hybrid. I mean, come on. But yeah, hopefully he's a Phase 7 character. We might have to wait till Phase 8. Considering Phase 6 ends after I graduate, it's kind of weird already thinking about Phase 8. I'm sure we'll get Teddy in Phase 7. Marvel Boy, Novar, also known as Marvel Boy, is another character missing from the MCU. In the comics, he is Kree and held the title of Captain Marvel, in between, I assume in between Mar-Vell and Carol Danvers. Or possibly after, because this is Young Avengers. He'd be on the younger side, but I don't really know how the younger side works for Kree. And he's Kree. A Kree Captain Marvel. So yeah, I guess the Marvels with Danvers restarting their son. Probably could help Kree to, like, you know, not suck as much. Yeah, okay. So there's a scene in Captain Marvel. Now, I really don't want to have to edit this. But like, I literally have a screenshot of this scene to show, and I'm gonna end up not showing it because I'm gonna be lazy. My apologies. It's been a while. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back lazy, and then we're gonna build up. We're gonna build up, slowly. Probably pretty slowly. First 9 weeks. First quarter is almost done. And then it's Halloween, and I still need to paint my helmet for my Halloween costume, and I still need the rest of my costume to arrive. If it doesn't, not the end of the world, but because then I'll just have to do even more DIY stuff. Um, but okay, so there's this scene in Captain Marvel when Monica is messing with the coloring, changing it from the Kree to when Carol decided on that the red and blue. So there's this part where Monica changed it to this green, white, and gold color scheme, um, which is similar to one of Novar's looks in the comics. I know that these characters have so many looks, so many, like, did they just have so many? They look so different all the time, but it's, I don't know if that was intentional or not, because this would have been 2019, and if they'd start introducing Young Avengers in 2021, it's possible that was intentional. Or they just ended up picking those colors. Anyways, there's comic storylines where Novar had run-ins with the Inhumans and the Runaways. I don't even know if the Runaways is canon because it's not on Disney Plus anymore, and it's not on anything anymore. It's like, apparently it was a good show from what I've heard, but it's like, I guess Marvel's trying to, like, non-canonize it so they can probably reboot the Runaways eventually. And then the Inhumans, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, that's all gotta be canon, right? It has to. There's no way it's not. There's no way. So I'm sure we're gonna start getting more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff and Inhuman stuff. And I think it's actually recently there might have been news to come out about that, but I haven't looked into it yet. Because whenever I look in the news, I feel like I'm gonna get hit with like a massive spoiler about Brand New Day or Doomsday and stuff, which is fine. Like, I'm fine with theories, and if the theories end up being right, great job by the theorist. I don't like leaks. I don't like using leaks for theories. Just because leaks are things that the creator did not intend for us to have to use as evidence for our theories. But we have them anyway. So that just feels wrong to me. Oh yeah, another thing about Novar, I'm going to quote his Wikipedia page. So in a storyline, he ended up dating Kate Bishop, and direct quote from Wikipedia, revealed that he was not completely straight. I wonder if there was ever a triangle between him, Teddy, and Billy. That's what I want to see. Phase 7. Let's see a Billy, Teddy, Novar triangle. Okay. And the most important character to not be introduced yet is the founder of the team. And the comics founder of the team, Nate Richards Iron Lad, a descendant of Mr. Fantastic. So, not, God, Nate Richards is confused. So, Nathaniel Richards is, like, an ancestor to Reed Richards. And then, however many generations down the line, Nate Richards, who Nathaniel goes by Nate Richards, is born, who is a descendant of Mr. Fantastic and a variant of Kang the Conqueror, He Who Remains, which is why we probably won't see him in the Doomsday Secret Wars storyline. In the comics, he formed a team and then sacrificed himself to save the timeline. from other versions of himself. And where the MCU stands, it is currently unclear when or if we will see this character, except I'm sure we will because everybody loves Iron Man, so why not get Iron Lad? We can't recast Tony Stark until we cast Nate Richards. And with all said, that was definitely not a ball game. Probably the furthest from it. I'm gonna try and make sure this thing doesn't shut off. I saved it. I'm the greatest. Definitely not a ball game. Not another night on the job. But it was definitely 31 minutes in the life of trying to think of a thing to say. I would say friendly neighborhood TigerShark, but no. No, can't say that. With all said, that was a talk. A TigerShark talk. That's worse. That's so much worse. Goodbye.